Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. We are here today to look at the merge shops. I believe we are now on to part 9 because it was pointed out to me the other day that it had been a while since I'd done one of these. So if you're new around here, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, and let's get straight into this video. So this time round, we are beginning at --join doomvault, and as you can see on screen, there is the Grim Blighted Destiny if you did want to get that, and we also have this Grim 100 Weapon Enhancement. If you're wondering what on earth it does, essentially it's just Warrior on steroids. That's the best way to possibly describe this one. You're probably not ever going to actually go use for it because you're going to be using your ore enhancements, but you know, it's just worth pointing out. It does exist. It is here, just in case for some mad reason you want to say, hey, look, I'm running Grim enhancements today because I can. Anyway, going down this shop, it is pretty old school actually looking at this. Obviously, doomvault came out years and years and years ago. I actually remember playing through this originally, but you've got various different level versions of weapons because, of course, if you've played Dragon Fable, Adventure Quest, etc., you'll know that in shops, they're all level tiered. Obviously, we don't really get that so much anymore as it's not really needed with the way we go about enhancing our weapons, etc., but it's always good to see an old school shop, and that's why I like to show you in these series. Anyway, let us move on to the class hall. So at class hall, we can speak to Arlen here, and as you can see, we have got a mixture of free player and member items that are all essentially shinobi themed, or indeed, as you can tell right at the top, we have quite a nice Zerker armor just in case you're into berserker gear. There is also some really cool helms in here. I do super like them. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's because the shop I'm going to show you in just a second, we can actually get CC versions of them, and I just think they look really sick. I think it's the way the eyes are glowing, and you know what, I might actually go along and buy one of these, although I might spend some adventure coins because, like I said, I do quite like the CC versions of the helm that I'm going to show you in just a second. Not too sure about the armors, don't know where they quite fit in, but you can see what I mean. Or maybe it's just me, but I think the helmets look absolutely sick in this shop. But let us move on yet again. This time around, we are joining herolobby, and here, as you can see, you have got the Hero Tournament Merge Shop with nice glowing gear. If you do want some glowing weapons, you've got some pretty wacky ones, a big old armor to wear there, a bit of a plain helm, you probably won't go for them, but you do have some Celestial Champion wings, believe it or not, which are far more difficult to get in various other shops in the game. So here we are at --join Alliance, and as you can see, we have got some troll shops and some Horc shops to look through. Believe it or not, the merge shops here only have one item in each. They have a pretty wacky weapon in case you did want to go along and grab that. It is member only, no extra boost of it, but just one of those things in case you want to grab them. And again, we got some AC gear stuff here as well with some really wacky helms to go with them. Next up, join mobius for your Hydra Challenge merge shop. I call it the Hydra Challenge merge shop because you can go to Hydra Challenge and access this merge as well, but as far as I'm aware, you just have to get enough through the mobius/Esherion storyline, and then you should just get access to this one anyway. Again, really quite nice gear in here. That armor which you just saw, as far as I'm aware, is going to be a female only one. It should look like Dewdrop the Fairy, definitely not the peasant rags that you ended up seeing. Next up, let's join Battle Foul, and as you can see here, believe it or not, I thought this map was one of the ones that goes seasonal, but it's not. So if you want to go get a chicken morph, then head along here. You have some really nice gear in the sense of meme related items, so always worth checking out that kind of shop just in case you want to gear up and AFK and yoga. Next up, join a back room, and this one is basically Chaos Maleficent. I really like it. That's just my take on it. It's probably the horns right there in the helm, but I think they're absolutely awesome. One of my favorite sets throughout this video. Next up, join Riven Sylph, and as you can see, you need to go along and equip your Temp Fox item by clicking on the evil button. You can then advance through this cave to the right, and here is Bilu, and believe it or not, once you open up this shop, you can dress up like a fox. So just in case you remember who fancies doing that, who knows, maybe it's one of those things you could randomly do on a random day where you're just feeling a bit random. Next up, let us join Onsen. Many of you will recognise this map. Of course, it is a fairly new Kataro one, taking on the yokai spin, and as you can see, we have various armors in here, many a CC, just in case you want to go along and have missed that event at some point. And it's the same story here with the Genesis Garden. This, of course, part of the Darkon saga, and it's where you can get your Prince Darkon's armor, which again is one of my favourite ones, along with some of the nice helm styles that are in here as well, and this little cape to go with it. And lastly, but certainly not least, we can speak to Glurp at the Castle of Mirrors for a few more items, all mirror related, would you believe? But again, quite nice gear, just in case you did want to go along, farm it for a little bit, and yet again, really liking the helm. I think it's just one of those things, just in a helm mood. Anyway, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Once you've gone through the pets, that is it for this video. I'll be back with plenty of more AQW content, and of course, we'll be moving into looking at boss drops and various other bits soon. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave leave this video a like, and I'll see you all again for another one incredibly soon. Until then, have a lovely day.